When people talk about Dragon Ball, they think of fights, the explosions, the screaming, the impossible power clashes that we've seen. But what about the real fight in Dragon Ball Super? And it's not necessarily between just gods or mortals or anything, it's really philosophies. I've been hinting and talking about this throughout several videos now. Dragon Ball is big on philosophy, and I think sometimes that can be overlooked. We'll start off with Goku and Vegeta, who have been my focus for the last probably week or so. Goku and Vegeta have spent their lives, right, walking parallel paths. They train together, they challenge each other, and they redefine their limits of strength. But their ultimate battle isn't just their next showdown, it's really the resolution of everything that they've learned. I am still waiting for that next fight of Goku and Vegeta when they can literally fight. I mean, I don't know what's capable in their god forms. I don't know if they have to go to, like, the dimensions that Gogeta and Broly broke in order to have that fairly, but it would be awesome to see, hopefully sooner than later. We look at Goku, he represents freedom, right? The instinct to evolve without boundaries. And then on the other side of that, Vegeta represents discipline, the pride to refine his power through his own means of self-control. It's two sides of the same coin. They're clashing not to destroy each other, but to reveal the hidden truth underneath all of it. They both want to get stronger for different reasons. And it's because at this point that the word ultimate isn't really about who wins. It's about who understands more. Every punch, every kick, every evasion, every ki blast, right? It's layered with history, and it's become so second nature to these Saiyans. Okay, the Saiyan pride that once drove them is somewhat more or less what grounds their friendship now, and it helps their rivalry form to be even better because it's not really personal anymore. It's different philosophies. That's really what's, I think, pushing Goku and Vegeta. It's not about being stronger than one another. They've kind of squashed that. It's literally about attaining their levels of mastery in their own way. And I think that's actually the best part Toriyama's change with their characters before unfortunately he passed away, was kind of saying, hey, they're both chasing strength and power for different reasons. We shouldn't be making this a constant comparison of who's stronger now, because it doesn't really matter. So when we look at Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, obviously you have stillness and willpower. You have flow versus defiance, right? Again, purest expressions of form is essentially what Dragon Ball's message has been through both of these techniques that Goku and Vegeta have been able to acquire and adapt to at this point in the show, right? And that power has some real serious meaning that's connected to it. But in the end of all of this, again, it's not about who wins, because I don't think either of them truly, quote unquote, win in the end. Okay, the battle was never about that. Goku and Vegeta both would tell you it's not about that if you ask them. They would say it's about what they become after. What did they learn? When the dust settles, what's there is not necessarily just, okay, who looked like they may have, quote unquote, won the fight. Not that it matters, but it's about looking at who seemed to understand one another and themselves even better. Was it that Goku learned to fight with even more freedom and without losing focus? Would it be that Vegeta learned that his pride could still be controlled in a way that allows him to tap into even more power? Or would he learn that perhaps his pride was still holding him back in ways that he had not thought about? There are two sides of a coin that each character could look at in the moment, but that's what would allow them to get to that next level of power. And I think it's together, again, like Whis has been hinting, if they would fight together, we know we're probably not going to see it too often, but if the Saiyans would just fight together, no one would be able to stop them. But that's, to me, what would be the ultimate version of Goku and Vegeta, them getting to a point where they could fight together regardless, without having to think about it, without even needing fusion. Like, imagine them both doing moves combined under the same umbrella to actually defeat opponents, right? They tried shortly with Broly, and I would say that was one of the few times we've seen them actively fighting together. But again, that was after they both had got squashed in their first, rounds with Broly individually. Had they started that fight off like that to the beginning, that may have ended up completely different. And I feel like we don't even talk about that, but that's a different discussion for a different video. So I think wrapping all this up, the final lesson really of Dragon Ball Super was simple. It wasn't just that there wasn't just a final form or a final fight. It's that there's only evolution to be continued. There's only willpower that's going to get you there. And in the case of these two Saiyans who refuse to stop growing no matter what happens, even after reaching the top, it shows that they're still motivated beyond personal squalms, personal vendettas, personal beefs. Like, they both are motivated by their own philosophy. That's something we can all learn, right? That, to me, is the ultimate battle. It's not a clash of strength. Oh, am I stronger than my teammate? Am I stronger than my like? It's not about that. It's about how much can you evolve and adapt your mindset, your philosophy to get you to the best part of your path, your life, whether it's a martial artist, whether you're working in business, whether you're working somewhere else. How much can you take that? And can that give you a leverage that others don't have? That's what I would challenge. Because in Dragon Ball Ultimate Power, it's not really just the end of anyone's story. I would say it's really just the beginning of your evolution at multiple layers of your life. Feel free to let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. We'll take it from there. As always, appreciate you guys for love and support. Hopefully, you subscribe if you enjoy these type of discussions. I'll kind of flow in and out. Some will be a little bit more deeper in philosophical context. Others will be a little bit more anime driven with specific context. So you'll see me float about. As always, stay tough, stay strong, stay in the fight. I'm there with you all the way, brother. It's Kaioken, Strike% out. Hope you have a great fantastic day. I'll see you later. Goodbye.